It's official. Mbappe refused to play against FC Barcelona because Arbeloa planned to leave him on the bench. He faked an injury, walked out of training, and didn't even travel with the squad. Instead, he stayed tucked away at home, posting tone-deaf Instagram stories while his team was getting battered 2-0, likely a petty response to Bellingham's recent post. Hello, Madridistas. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button to support the channel. Make sure you stay until the end because I have a message for Mbappe that you're going to love. The time for observation is over. It's time for outrage. What we are witnessing today isn't just bad form, or a rough patch. It's a live betrayal, orchestrated by the man who was supposed to be our messiah but is acting like a high-end tourist. Kylian Mbappé, the player who sold us on his clinical professionalism and his Madridista dream for years, just spat in our faces. Remember that phrase he used in Paris to lecture Neymar? Eat well, sleep well. Back then, Kylian was playing the role of the perfect captain, the paragon of virtue. Today, that phrase has come back to hit him like a boomerang soaked in hypocrisy. Eat well, sleep well, apparently, for Kylian, that means roaming the streets of Madrid at 4 a.m., hand in hand with his girlfriend, while his teammates are in a hotel, nerves high and sweat on their brows, just hours away from a Clásico that defines the history of this club. It's an absolute insult. They're telling us it's a hamstring issue. Give me a break. You don't heal hamstrings by hitting the Madrid pavement in the middle of the night. You don't prepare for a clash with Barca by sunning yourself in Sardinia while the rest of the squad is drilling tactics under Ancelotti. This is sabotage. Mbappe is undergoing a terrifying transformation. He has become exactly what he used to despise. He is the Neymar of the dark years, the king of controversy, late-night escapades, and rampant individualism. But there's worse. There is that act of pure contempt. The Instagram post in the 36th minute. Real Madrid is sinking. The Camp Nou is roaring. Your brothers in arms are being humiliated 2-0. They are running. They are suffering. They are trying to save the honor of a badge that weighs tons. And you, Kylian, you're slumped on your sofa, taking a photo of your TV to post a fake Hala Madrid. It's pure provocation. It's telling the world, look, they lose without me, and I care so little that I'm turning their misery into social media content. It's indecent. Real Madrid isn't PSG. You don't earn respect here with stories or marketing campaigns. You earn it with blood, discipline, and unfailing loyalty. In 1 week, Mbappe has destroyed the myth of the flawless professional he spent 10 years building. He has shown that his personal interests and his nightlife matter more than the institution. We don't want a diva watching the ship sink with a smartphone in his hand. We want warriors. Kylian, keep your nutrition and sleep lectures for your memoir, because today, you are living proof that talent without respect is just an empty shell. The Madrid faithful don't forget. This morning is a brutal wake-up call. We didn't recruit a leader. We recruited a ghost who prefers the neon lights of the night to the floodlights of the stadium. Recess is over. It's time to be a footballer again or make way for those who actually know what it means to wear this shirt. Alright, let's get into today's Madridista news update. Stay tuned until the end for all the details. ## the Mbappe case. Autopsy of a national betrayal. Ladies and gentlemen, get comfortable, because what I'm about to tell you isn't your typical match analysis. It's the cry of a betrayed people. It's the autopsy of a 7-year lie that just shattered into 1,000 pieces on a Madrid sidewalk at 4 a.m. Today, we're talking about Kylian Mbappé. Not the prodigy, not the crack, not the man supposed to lift the Ballon d'Or in white. No, we're talking about the man who betrayed his own principles. The man who invented a moral code for others only to exempt himself with a level of contempt that beggars belief. We were sold a cyborg. We were promised a clinical professional, a workaholic who lived, breathed, and slept football. We were told his signing was the childhood dream coming true. And what did we get instead? A tourist, an influencer in the twilight of his career before his story here even began. What happened this weekend wasn't a communication error. It was an insult to the most prestigious institution in world sport. Let's look at the facts. The timeline of this disgrace is essential. Real Madrid is preparing for the Clásico, the game that stops time. The game where you don't just play for 3 points, but for honor and the soul of the club. And while Carlo Ancelotti is losing sleep over tactics, while Bellingham, Vinicius, and Valverde are putting themselves through physical torture to be at 110%, what is our national genius doing? He's flying to Sardinia, in the middle of Clásico week. Do we realize how insane that is? Imagine Cristiano Ronaldo or Raul taking a luxury holiday while the dressing room is sweating blood for Barca. It's unthinkable. It's a breach of moral contract. They tell us he needed to decompress. Decompress from what, Kylian? Your mediocre performances since you arrived? Your inability to carry the team when they need you? But the worst was yet to come. Saturday morning, he comes back. He puts on a show at training. He plays the hope card, making us believe he'll sacrifice himself and grit his teeth. Then, suddenly, the hamstring tweak. He's out. The fans are devastated. But for Kylian, that was the green light to party. That's when the mask finally slipped. Saturday night, Sunday morning. While the world is waiting for the clash, Mbappé is spotted in the streets of Madrid. Not at midnight, not at 1 a.m. At ** 4 o'clock in the morning. Kylian, remember your own words. Remember that interview in Paris that went viral after a loss, clearly targeting Neymar's nightlife. Everyone needs to eat well and sleep well. That was your slogan. That was your brand. You set yourself up as the big brother of discipline. And today, what do we see? We see a man wandering around at the hour bakers get up, with his girlfriend, when he's supposed to be in intensive recovery for his hamstrings. Do you realize the level of hypocrisy? Was eat well, sleep well, just a punchline to destroy a teammate you couldn't stand? Was it just a marketing tool to make you look like the golden boy, when, deep down, you just wanted the jet-set life you criticized? The message to the dressing room is devastating. How can a young player like Arda Güler or Endrick respect the hierarchy when the club's highest-paid player acts like a teenager on spring break? This is the death of authority. If Mbappé can party at 4 a.m. before a Clásico, why shouldn't the others? You are instilling poison into this club, Kylian. You're turning Valdebebas into a country club. Then, the match of infamy. Real Madrid is on the pitch, suffering. Barca is superior. Our players are chasing shadows, getting carved open, humiliated in enemy territory. In the 36th minute, it's 2-0. A waking nightmare for millions of Madridistas. And what do you do at that exact moment? You grab your phone, you frame your TV, you take a snap and dump it on your Instagram story with a "Holla Madrid" that rings hollower than a $3 bill. That's when I realized you've understood nothing. Posting that at 2-0 isn't support. It's failed crisis PR, or worse, it's a middle finger. It's saying, look, I'm home, I'm chill, and while you're getting massacred, I'm managing my brand. You posted that like you were watching a nature documentary. No rage, no pain at not being on the pitch, just the compulsive need to show you exist. The fans are in tears, the players want to crawl under the grass, and you're doing community management. It's indecent. It proves you don't vibrate for this club. You vibrate for Kylian Mbappé. Real Madrid is just a fashion accessory to you, a new filter on your celebrity life. Some say you're turning into Neymar. That's an insult to Neymar. Neymar never hid the fact that he loved to party. He owned it. He never tried to sell us an image of a dietary saint. You lied. You sold us a defective product. You spent years building this image of the ultimate professional only to betray us the moment the contract was signed. The evolution is terrifying. More frequent outings, unauthorized trips, and a lifestyle that is falling apart. Is this the project? To be the most expensive player in history only to end up in the gossip columns of Spanish tabloids? The Madrid press, usually so protective of their stars, is turning on you. And they're right. How can you not be enraged by such a waste? Talent isn't enough at Real Madrid. We've seen tons of talent. What we want is self-denial. We want the player to suffer when the club suffers. You aren't suffering. You're having a blast. You took your rest days in Sardinia like you'd already won everything. Like you'd already scored 50 goals this season. Wake up, Kylian. You haven't done anything here yet. You're a shadow on the pitch when you play, and a ghost in the nightclubs when you don't. Do you realize the weight of the shirt you wear? This shirt was worn by Di Stefano, by Zidane, by Cristiano. Men who would have crawled on broken glass to be on the bench during a Clásico, even if they were injured. You weren't even in the stadium. You were in front of your TV, waiting for the right moment to post your story and go back out. This is a total break from the club's DNA. Madridismo is sacrifice. It's the remontada. It's the refusal to lose. You accepted defeat in the 36th minute when you posted that tourist photo. It's time someone told you the truth to your face. You aren't above the law. President Florentino Perez protected you. He wanted you. He did everything for you. But even his patience has limits. You don't mock Real Madrid and get away with it. You don't say, eat well, sleep well, and then party at 4 a.m. before the biggest game of the year. That is gross professional misconduct. It's a lack of respect for your teammates who have to run twice as hard to cover for your lack of defensive tracking when you're actually on the field. We see you coming from a mile away, Kylian. We see the ego taking up all the space. We see the player who thinks he owns the club. But let me tell you one thing. Real Madrid existed before you, and it will exist long after you. If you think you can come here and make the rules, go out when you want, and mock the fans with pathetic Instagram posts, you've got the wrong house. Go to Hollywood, go do reality TV, but quit top-level football if you no longer have the fire. This Monday morning, Madrid has a hangover, not from alcohol, but from disappointment. The disappointment of seeing our great hope become our greatest burden. The fans are furious. They see the photos, they see the videos of you in the streets at dawn. They're connecting the dots between your injury and your nightlife. They're wondering how we got here. How the genius from Bondi turned into a diva disconnected from reality. Kylian, recess is over. The time for smiles in front of cameras and scripted speeches is done. We want action. We want an apology. We want you to show you are worthy of wearing that pure white kit. Because right now, the only thing you're staining is your own legacy. You're becoming a caricature. You're proving everyone right who said you didn't have the mentality for Real Madrid. You're becoming a gadget player. Someone recruited to sell shirts who disappears the moment the wind changes. The Sardinia episode will go down as the symbol of your arrogance. Going to work on your tan while your teammates prepare for war? That is the height of indecency. Then coming back, faking a training session, and pulling out the morning of the game. It's an insult to people's intelligence. We all know what happened. Your head wasn't in the game. Your head was elsewhere, in the parties, the luxury, and the image. And that Instagram story. It won't go away. Posting Hala Madrid while the club is being trampled is like putting a band-aid on a gunshot wound while laughing. If you truly felt pain for the club, you would have thrown your phone against the wall. You would have been enraged. You wouldn't have been thinking about your brand. But no, your priority is your feed, your engagement. The problem is, the engagement we want is on the pitch, not on a smartphone screen. You are losing all your credit. The people of Madrid are patient, but when they turn, they never forgive. Ask Gareth Bale. Ask others who thought they were bigger than the badge. Nobody is bigger than Real Madrid. Not even you, especially not you with 0 European trophies and the attitude of a spoiled prince. We're tired of the excuses. Tired of the diplomatic injuries. Tired of the 4 a.m. sightings. If you want to be the best in the world, act like it. Stop talking and start doing. Eat well, sleep well, start applying it to yourself before lecturing others. Because today, the only person who needs a life lesson is you. Real Madrid doesn't belong to you. It belongs to those who shed tears for it. And last night, the tears were in the stands and on the faces of the exhausted players at the Camp Nou. They weren't on your radiant face in the streets of Madrid at 4 a.m. You chose your side. Superficial celebrity over sporting glory. That's a choice, but don't expect us to applaud. Don't expect us to love you. We only respect what is respectable. And your behavior this weekend was anything but. This is a cry of anger, yes. A cry of disgust, because we expected so much from you. We thought you were different. We thought you were the missing piece of the puzzle. In reality, you might be the piece that makes it all collapse. Your lifestyle, your provocations, your blatant disregard for the collective. It's all driving us into a wall. And the worst part is, you seem to enjoy it. Kylian, look in the mirror. Is this the player you wanted to become? A man who makes headlines for his nightlife instead of his hat tricks. A man who posts photos from his living room while his friends fight for honor. If this is your dream, then ours has turned into a nightmare. There's no more room for faking it. Either you change radically, or you will become the biggest failure in the history of football. The choice is yours, but know this. The clock is ticking, and Madrid's patience evaporated this morning at 4 a.m., somewhere between a nightclub and one Instagram story too many. Hala Madrid, yes, but without the traitors, without the tourists, without those who think they can do whatever they want. Real Madrid will stay standing. You, however, are falling. And the fall will be very, very long if you don't wake up right now. Football does not forgive the arrogant. The moment of truth has arrived, and right now, your truth is ugly to look at. It reeks of contempt and smugness. Change, Kylian, change fast, or leave, and give the spot to someone who actually loves this club. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share the video.